What's up everybody, Steve here. I'm going to talk about the number one most important, in my opinion, to watch out for before you start investing in any kind of vacation rental or Airbnb properties. And look, if you guys are interested in vacation rental properties or Airbnb properties, you might want to subscribe because that's what this channel is all about, as well as growing your wealth with a path toward financial freedom. So here it is. Rent restrictions. Rent restrictions are going to kill your Airbnb or vacation rental business if you guys buy the wrong properties. Look, I'm a local real estate broker here in South Florida, and I can tell you, if I go and buy a property in other areas of Florida, for example, even though I could sell properties in other areas of Florida for the public, I'm going to reach out to real estate agents who have their thumb on the pulse in those areas, because I want to make sure that if I'm personally investing in those areas, that they're going to lead me in the right direction to ensure that I'm buying a property that I can openly and freely rent out for short-term rental vacations. With that said, there's usually 3 municipalities that we have to be clear and watch out for. The number one, and in our area in Southwest Florida, we have a lot of HOAs. We have a lot of condo HOAs. We have a lot of master HOAs. And the HOAs can be the buzzkill and killer for any kind of vacation rental properties. So we have to make sure that the HOAs are going to allow short-term rentals. Now, what do I mean by short-term rentals? A lot of them allow 30-day minimums, okay? So you can technically lease 12 times per year, minimum 30 days. However, in Southwest Florida, it can get really hot in the summers here, and a lot of people don't necessarily want to book for a full 30 days in summer. So that's gonna kind of kill any income that you can make during the summer months, as opposed to buying into a property that has maybe a 7-day minimum or a 3-day minimum or no minimum at all. So we want to make sure that we dive into the HOA documents, make sure that we can in fact lease properties on a short-term basis. I highly recommend 14 days or less to ensure that you guys maximize your potential to rent in any kind of off-season as well. Now, if you're working with a local real estate agent in any of these areas, you want to make sure that any properties that they are sending to you, that they've already vetted properties so they're not wasting your time. You guys have to be specific on this when you guys are talking to a real estate agent to help you out on your behalf. Make sure you explain to them that your full intention is to make money with this property. Maybe you're going to use it as well, but you want to put it into a short-term vacation rental program and generate revenue, and you want to make sure that it's 14 days or less or 7 days or less, whatever you're comfortable with in your specific area. You want to just make sure that they understand your criteria for finding the right vacation rental property. Now, the next thing that we got to watch out for is the certain town, city, municipalities. Now, these can be on top of the HOA as well, but many times the HOA is the final say within those gates. But let's say you're not in an HOA, but your city or your town has restrictions on being able to rent short-term or not rent short-term. So again, having a good real estate agent in your local market to really find out if the properties are going to allow short-term rentals with the city or town in your area of concentration is going to be vital to making sure that you guys get the right property. And lastly, your state or your overall geographic area. I haven't heard of too many states necessarily trying to put an overall blanket against or restricting against short-term rentals, or maybe even certain countries. I'm not too sure, not too familiar with that, but it's always good to check into that information as well to ensure that you guys are buying the right property. And also, talk to your real estate agent. Make sure that you guys are not seeing any kind of laws change, or maybe even within the HOA, any kind of bylaws changing that could be coming up, where they might be changing from, a 3-day minimum to a 10-day minimum, because that does happen. Sometimes these associations, they have boards that come in, they want to start changing the bylaws, and this is something that you really want to pay attention to. And just a quick tip on that too is, when you guys are reviewing the HOA documents, not just the bylaws as well as the HOA documents all together, but you also want to review the board minutes at least for the previous 12 months, to see if anything came up on the agenda talking about maybe changing the criteria for short-term rentals. And be sure to check out this next video where I go into detail on how to increase revenue on your Airbnb investment. I'll see you guys there. Thanks a lot.